Hello dear participants, nice to see all of you today. I hope you are well and it's not too hot in your city. My name is Yulia Belanok, I'm a teacher trainer at Skyeng, and first of all let's check the sound and the picture. Could you please put a plus in the chat if you can hear and see me well? Okay. So I see most of you can do that. If you experience any difficulties, please let us know in the chat and our moderator can help you with that. So today we are talking with you about how to vary your lessons with online resources. And the structure of our webinar will be the following: the main part, in which I want to share some information, some tips with you, and in the final part you can ask any question that you might have, and not to lose your questions, because if you write them to a chat box that is jumping all the time, you can write them in a special section which is called Вопросы, and this section is above your presentation. I hope all of you can see that. So please put your questions there, and of course your comments are welcome, because for me it's very interesting to know your opinion and to know your experience. Possibly you can share something interesting with us. So we can start now. And look at the picture of pre-internet lessons. Can you imagine our life without internet and without computers right now? Even attending this webinar would be hardly possible without the internet. It's hard to believe that 20 years ago teachers drew pictures and used cassettes for listening. So now it seems a bit funny. So poor them. Our life is much more easy. I mean, teachers of English. Technical progress is inevitable, as you know, and today we are educating each generation, and therefore our approach should be a bit different. The pace of our life is so fast, and probably you have noticed that it's very difficult to hold learners' attention for the very long time, and I mean not only teenagers but adults as well. So teachers resort to different tricks to to grab learners' attention, and one of these tricks can be usage of internet resources, of online resources. So today we are going, as already told you, we are going to talk about online resources and how to use them at your lessons, how to vary your lessons with them. These materials, these online tools I'm going to talk about, are applicable to a wide range of students. The main difference will be in content which you use. And if you work offline, you can bring to class some gadgets like a laptop or a tablet and use these materials as well. Now I have a question for you, because it's very interesting to know some information. Our moderator will launch a poll now. It will appear on the screen. And the question here, how often do you use online resources? So, and unfortunately I can't see any variance here. Often, every day. So we can't choose variance here, right? Constantly. Okay, let's forget about that poll. I'm so sorry. Maybe some mistake here. But yeah, I'm very grateful if you share your information, your variants in the chat. Okay, sometimes, all the time, every day. Constantly, often. So as I can see, most of you seldom. Some of people use seldom. Probably after our webinar you can use them more often. Sometimes, often. Usually, all the time. Okay, great. So thank you for your answers. I see that you use that most of you use them very often, and I think that most of you work online, because I can see some familiar names of teachers who work at our school. So that's really pleasant that you are here today. So we can move on. And at the previous webinars I've been asked how we conduct lessons at Skyeng. Just several of words how we do that. A couple of words, sorry. So we use virtual platform Beambox with all necessary material there, with video conferencing. If you look on the right, you see me and my student. It means that we don't need to use Skype. Also we have a dictionary, a chat box, built-in audio and video tracks. In addition to that, some tips and notes for teachers, different sections like teacher's notes, so you can say it's how you can start a task, or you can also discuss its additional questions for speaking, and so on and so forth. But I can't say that I limit myself only to the platform. In most cases I use other additional other resources as well, and sometimes my students have some specific aims. I need some specific course, and unfortunately I can't use online platform. In this case I use Google Presentations for main content, because it's a collaborative tool. It means both you and your student can add some information to Google Presentations, and both you and your student can edit that. So main content I put there, and also make use of different sorry, so presentation is jumping, I can't understand what's happening. Other programs and tools which I'm going to share with you today. And one more question: if you want to share video or audio with your student, what tools or what websites do you use? How is it possible to share these files? Because to send them to email or Skype, it's not very convenient, right? It is time saving. So we can use some such programs as Vimeo or SoundCloud. Vimeo is for short video files, and SoundCloud for audio tracks. By the way, so in the chat you can see another presentation with clickable links. I will send that again to you, so you can click on the link and open that. So I continue. Once you downloaded files, audio, video to these websites, it's very easy to use, because you can send your link to your student. I remember when I started working online and I have to send video and audio to email, it was really time consuming, inconvenient. So nowadays you see everything is so easy. I usually put the link to these materials into Google Presentation, and my student can click and open it without any problems. So everything in one place. Okay, probably you can share some examples how you share video and audio with your students. You are welcome. Yeah, Google or Yandex Disk. Of course, we can put, we can download there. Thank you, Dinara. Of course, everything is one place. Google is really helpful. Google Disk, Google Presentations and Documents. Okay, probably you can. Something can come up a bit later. A link to website usually. Yes, Maria, you're right, thank you. But if I have video, I mean on my computer, or I have audio track from a course book, right? I need to download somewhere, I mean to some storage, and share. So we can use, as already told you, these two files here. So let's move on to the next one and talk about visual materials. At our previous webinars, I've already mentioned a lot of times how pictures are important for English language teaching. And I wanted to ask you, let's recycle why we use these pictures, why we use visual material, what is the purpose of it. Can you please share in the chat very, very quickly, just a couple of words. Why do you use pictures at your lessons? Alexandra, I share with you TED. Yeah, TED Talks, wonderful, really great. Yes, thank you, Irina. To help to learn words, vocabulary, right? We can use pictures to present vocabulary. to present new words. Yeah, thank you, Olga. To check comprehension of vocabulary, to visualize words, right? A lot of information, to make associations, to boost thinking. Yeah, it is easier to remember new words, to present new topic. Yeah, thank you, colleague. Yeah, really interesting. To describe pictures. Yeah, so it's kind of picture-based discussion, right? So a lot of purposes. So we use pictures when we work with every skill, right? With grammar and with vocabulary and with reading and with listening. Pictures is really good way to cause interest before listening and reading. So yes, students are more interesting. Thank you, Daria. That's right. So I wanted to share a link with you. It is called Flickr. Probably you know. There you can find hundreds of qualitative and evocative pictures. And by the way, you don't breach copyright because most of the pictures, people who uploaded pictures there, they allow us to use these pictures and even for commercial purposes. On the next slide, I wanted to show you example how it is possible to use pictures. This task, it was used at one of our speaking club called Disastrous Dates. So I found this picture. You see it's rather vague, yeah, and it's difficult to say at once what happened. And we can ask students such questions. Why is it a disastrous date? How well do they know each other? What do you think has happened? So you see, students can imagine absolutely different variants what happened, and teachers can add more questions to that. So this is just one example of picture-based discussion, yeah, and of course you can use visual materials for absolutely different purposes. Okay, let's move on next. And another tool, another way to use pictures is to make collage. Here you see a very useful site which is called befunky.com. I like it because it's very easy, it's free, and everything you have to do is to upload pictures which you want, to choose layout. It means how many pictures you want, 3 pictures, 6 pictures, 9 pictures, and choose the order how you want it, some of them bigger, some of them smaller. And after that you save ready collage which looks really presentable to your computer. So everything you need to do. By the way, this image is an excellent way to use with the students who you prepare for international exam. Here I made an image on festivals and added these questions here. Which picture is the most appealing to you? Why? What festival would you like to visit? So it's one of the typical speaking tasks. And by the way, speaking seems to be the most challenging part for our students. So this is just a typical task at some of international exams, and if your students get used to describing a set of pictures and how they connected to each other, not only one picture, analyze them and express his or her preferences, it will be less stressful for him at examination. Okay, so wonderful tool, you can make it very easily. So let me just check a chat. Our chat, storytelling, writing. Okay, great. Sometimes I want to present grammar structure, any grammar structures, but I don't have enough time to read long texts. So what I can do here? I can find or make some interesting dialogue or a joke in English so use that material for grammar presentation. And in this picture you see speech bubbles. Speech bubbles looks more exciting than just a text dialogue. And here is example of presentation, reported speech. In the first picture on the left, you see example of direct speech. So one journalist, he is giving some pieces of news. It hasn't rained for 4 months, the situation is not so bad, and so on. And on the right, in the next picture, you can see how the sentences are reported. So I give these two pictures to my students and ask them to compare these sentences, I mean in the first picture and in the second picture, and find differences, and then I can ask more questions to help them to analyze the structure. So this is it, some time-saving way to present grammar. You can make speech bubbles very easily using program superlame.com. It's absolutely free. And the one thing that you have to do is to upload your pictures to this website and to type the words which are meant to be in these speech bubbles. And then again save these files to your computer. So really convenient, and you can use speech bubbles for variety of activities. It's just example how to use them to present grammar. And on the next slide, something like speech bubbles, but a bit different. Here we can make a string of pictures like a comic. The site it's used to be called Bubbler, but now it's called Pim Pam Pum. It really doesn't matter how it is called. But what we can do with it, you don't have to upload pictures there. All pictures are on this website. You have to choose them and again to type information that will be in these speech bubbles. And after that probably save it. And it's not only you who can make some material for student. This can be a part of homework. So you can ask your student to make some story using target vocabulary and make this comic. And on the next slide, I wanted to show you another example of grammar and speaking task using Bubbler. So personally, I like variety. Of course, I can always give my students something that is ready-made, some text, some dialogue, but frankly speaking, I'm bored with that, and I want some fun and novelty, as well as my students do. So, the topic, I've made that for my student. This is only a fragment, it's not full version, only 2 pictures there. Full version is much longer, it's like a comic. The topic was reporting verbs. So what we had to do there, first of all, we role play the dialogue between these 2 people, and after that I asked my student to give me a summary of what happened of this dialogue using these verbs. For example, he apologized for being late, or she persuaded him to visit her, and so on, just example. So my student enjoyed that, and I think it's really fun and good way to bring variety to your lessons from time to time, to make them various, to make them different. Probably some of you used these bubbles, these tools. So, Aliya, you are welcome. So we are talking about speech bubbles. Okay, so let's move on to the next slide if you have no comments about speech bubbles and this exercise. And again, about storytelling, we can use Glockster. In what way? For example, you want your student to make presentation on different topics. For example, my life, my hobbies, my family, music in my life. It really doesn't matter what the topic will be. The student can use this online board to type his information there. He can upload pictures and videos to make it will look fun and really interesting and exciting. And then later, if you work offline, your students can bring that to class using gadgets, maybe a laptop or a tablet, and show that what he has made to his classmates, and tell more about that. Okay, thank you. So we can move on with you. I hope you can try these slides. And before we move to the next slide, a couple words about grammar. I have a question to you. Have you ever used video for teaching grammar? If you have, can you share, please? Yeah, can you please share what videos you usually use? British Council. You mean to teach grammar, right? British Council videos to teach grammar. Can you give any examples? What? Enkvid. Thank you, Dinara. Yeah, nice site. I know that. Only grammar books. Okay. Yeah. Of course, we have to use grammar books and different other course books, but when we combine different skills like grammar and listening and speaking, it is much better, much more useful. It is such complex approach. Thank you, Lingvale. Okay, because why I've asked you about video, because I wanted to share some other way. It's not only grammar books, but this is one of the it is marvelous website. I like it so much. I've been using it maybe for more than 10 years. It's one of my favorites when it comes to grammar. Olga, you have problems with connection. Okay, I hope others can hear me and see me well. Yeah, I can continue. Is everything okay? It's only I have problems. I don't. Yes. So everything is fine, right? Okay, I can continue. So this blog is called Movie Segments to Set Grammar Goals, blogspot. Thank you. .com, and the idea is here the following. There are some short movie segments. They up to 5 minutes. That's the most important for me, because usually I don't want to waste precious time of the lesson. So videos are very short, some extract segments, and plus every video is accompanied by a worksheet. Maybe you can see on the screenshot that it is video, and below the video some gaps to complete. So this is it, but worksheets are different every time. And videos are focused on different grammar topic. Also, you can see on the right compound adjective, second conditional, present perfect past simple, and so on and so forth. It is variety of videos, very big choice. And by the way, videos and worksheets are downloadable. So if you maybe don't have internet connection in your classroom, if you work offline, you can download and then watch it as well. It's also possible to give it as a part of homework with one of my students, I mean adults, because I don't have young students now. I give him this as a part of homework. He enjoys that very much. So because it's authentic task and it can bring novelty and variety, yeah, to your class. And I wanted to repeat myself again that why I like it, because it's short. So I don't have time for 20 minutes video, for 30 minutes video, so you can use that. Really. Thank you. Yeah, so Irina, try it. You will like it very much. Sometimes video are not of the highest quality, but I think it's okay. It doesn't really matter. Yeah, students won't be distracted. It's yes, it's not long at all. And after watching this video and working on this grammar structure, you can also practice some speaking, like post-watching task. You can ask their opinion. You can ask to maybe to tell what happened, and so on. I think it's up to you what how you can use this website. And of course, it's absolutely free. So this blogspot. Okay, so great. We can move on to the next one. And it's time to talk about reading and listening a bit. So, you're welcome. I'm glad that you find that website very interesting. Great. So, I'll return to reading and listening. Irina shared some another link with us. I will have a look after that. Thank you, Irina. Yes, Ilya, you can download presentation. You have a link to that, and you can get our presentation to your email within 2 days. It's up to our moderator. So, sorry for distracting. I return to reading and to listening. So, sometimes it's a good idea to give students an example of reading, especially if it is beginner or maybe high level, but the text is full of specific vocabulary. If you look at this presentation, it is full of some medical terms which it's very difficult to read, right? And in this case, teachers can provide students with example of reading. How to do that? To read yourself, it's not an option all the time, because firstly, you can be tired, because most of the teachers have back-to-back lessons, right? If you talk a lot, of course, you feel tired, exhausted. And secondly, students are recommended to listen not only to their teachers, right, but to native speakers as well. How to do that then? How to provide them example of reading? We can do that using special programs to convert text to audio. And the program which I like, which I used, it is called Natural Reader. You have it's partially free. Some of the functions are free. You need to install that download and install that to your computer. Then you can copy the text and paste it into this program, and it will convert the text into audio. There is not a big selection, not big choice among voices. On my computer is only 2 voices, but voices of British native speakers. Probably the quality is not the best, the top, but of course professional speakers can do better, but still it can be handy. And also you can highlight any text on the internet even without downloading that. Open the program, click on play, and you will have recording of that text. Again, how we can use this program? First of all, to give our student example of reading, and probably you can give them this recording, and they can listen to the text at home as much as they want, to give example of that. And secondly, for example, you have some interesting text from old course books, or from maybe this text is on cassette, right? You want to make it to have audio, right? You can use this program. Aliyah shared with us, I'm discovering so many new useful things here, especially this one, Natural Reader. Thank you. I'm happy that you can use that, right? Because you see, every day and every week I discover something new, though I've been working online for 12 years, but still can find a lot of interesting and new things. Okay, yeah, welcome, and you can try that with your students. So we can move on to the next one. If you want your student to record his voice, you can use Vakaru. Probably you have used this program because it's really widespread. And in what way we can use that? So Olga, sorry, asking a question, is the pronunciation correct in this program? Olga, you mean that program previous one, text to audio? Right, pronunciation is correct, but tempo can be very quick. Sometimes not really suitable for beginners, for maybe pre-intermediate, elementary as well. When we read, we can make more pauses, we can read more emotionally, and here it's, how to say, sometimes a bit quickly and not as emotional as I wanted, but still it's okay to use it. Of course, if you have audio made by professional native speakers, it will be much better. Intonations are not bad. Olga, you can try yourself, yeah? If you don't like it, you can read it yourself, or maybe ask a native speaker to make recording of that. So, thank you. So I return to voice to Vakaru. So how we can use Vakaru at our lessons? First of all, it can be used to track the progress of your student. For example, if you work one-to-one, you can ask at the beginning of the course, you can ask your student to make a recording of a short monologue. And then at the end of your course, you can ask again, but maybe monologue this time can be a bit more complicated, not so easy. After that, you can listen together to the first and the last recording, compare it together, and probably it can motivate your student to continue lessons with you, because it's easier to show the progress this way, because the progress sometimes is invisible, difficult to get the sense of progress. So this recording can show how he succeeded in speaking. Secondly, how to use Vocaroo is to improve pronunciation patterns. In which way? So suppose you worked on an interesting text in class and you want your student to make more practice. Instead of asking your student to read unprepared text in class, you can give them plenty of time at home to prepare and to read it and to record himself. After that, he can send them to you. Especially it's if you work online, it's really convenient, and maybe if you have some kind of offline learning, you can use it as well. And you can give feedback on his pronunciation and intonation. And then last here idea is to give more practice in speaking, especially if your student is preparing for international exams. I will show you example of the task, how I use this to give more practice. This is one of the typical exam task, speaking task. Speak about your favorite photo. Where was the photo taken? Who took the photo? What can be seen from the photo? Explain why it is favorite photograph for you. So, as you see, typical questions and typical task. But what we can do here, of course, we listen and correct mistakes and give feedback at the lesson, but there can be another task, part of the homework. So you can ask your student to record himself when he talk about his favorite photo, then listen and analyze his answers. He should answer these questions. Do answers sound natural? How many useful phrases on topic photography are there? Do you use adjectives to improve your description? Do you use present continuous and past simple passive correctly? Okay, so this recording of the monologue can help your student to assess his speaking, manner of speaking, and sometimes it's I keep telling my student try to use more target vocabulary. Try to say not good, 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 good. Yes, say good, fascinating, marvelous. So, and this video can be easily, he can listen to that, and it can be like proof. Yeah, right. That he can make his vocabulary. That he should widen his vocabulary. He can use more words. He should answer. He should sound more natural. So Olga asks, audios on Vocaroo are saved only temporary. Enable, I'm afraid. Okay, you can save them, right? You can send them to video. Okay, but I may be mistaken, but I remember that I save video to my computer. Okay, I need to check that. So when I did that, the video was available. Yeah, you can download a version there as well. Yeah, I remember that. Thank you, Anna. So this is how your student can work. But this task, record yourself, assess yourself, and self-correct, is only appropriate for highly motivated students and maybe adults. I don't think it's possible to use with teenagers who we need to motivate, encourage all the time, but learners are absolutely different, and it's up to you how you can use that. So we can move on to the next slide. And if you want a collaborative tool, if you want some online board where students can share information, you can use Padlet. So sorry, I can't see a link here. One moment. Maybe I will copy and paste that to you. So I'm sorry. I tried to find link next later. I think it's padlet.com, if I'm not mistaken. So how we use this website: you create online board and share a link with your student, then ask them to share information, some ideas. They can upload photos here to support their opinion, and in class then together you can discuss it. So some ideas how it is possible to use Padlet, some possible task. For example, make 3 tips how to say through the job interview using new vocabulary. This task was used at one of our speaking clubs, and students share their ideas, share their tips using new vocabulary. Then upload a picture which you like and tell others about it. And are you for or against school uniforms? Share your ideas with the class. So as you see, this is writing with communicative task. And probably it's more engaging than writing to an imaginary pen friend from the USA, because first of all, it is a meaningful task, and the topic should be interesting for students. For example, about job interview, about school uniforms, about music, whatever they like. Here we add some element of discussion. Discussion is always more interesting maybe than just a monologue. I'm not saying that letters to pen friends are not good idea, but this is a bit another idea how to use writing. Maybe not all of students will be happy. Not all of our students are happy to write there. Probably they need some time to adjust to this Padlet, and maybe you should give them example how to do that. So when I create Padlet, first of all, I put my advice there and my picture there. So I set an example and encourage my students to do the same. Probably you've used Padlet before. There are a lot of websites like this. I just wanted to share one Padlet, because if I shared all of them, maybe 3 hours will be not enough. So, and finally, we go to another one. Sometimes in our course books it's not enough vocabulary and grammar practice. So you can use one of the really helpful website which is used, Quizlet. Quizlet is probably you have used it, but I will give some more information for those who haven't used that. You can choose several words here. As you see in the picture, maybe it's not visible enough, and add definition, like rehearse, to practice a play, a piece of music, etc. Stage, the area theater that is often raised above, and so on. So you, so to call, make vocabulary set. And after that, with one vocabulary set, students can practice variety of activities. They can use it as flashcards. They can practice their spelling. They can do tests here. Even they can play games with that vocabulary set which you prepared. Something like make everything disappear, like drag and drop. So usually, it's great practice, and it is time saving for teacher. It's very easy for me to put word and definition I take from another online dictionary and do that. Memorize, yes, I agree, this is the same. On FutureLearn we use Quizlet, yes, that's right, it's very widespread. I use it often in FutureLearn online courses for teachers, yes, and you can also use it for your students. So Victoria asked, is it only pictures, Padlet? Victoria, Padlet, it's just information and pictures. I'm not sure about videos. Videos you can use on Glogster. Yeah, text and picture. Okay, I've just wanted to share Quizlet with you because it's really convenient, as already told you. There are a lot of them, and some of them I shared before. I want not to be repeated. And one more here, more task which we can use. It is proprofs.com, and here you can create some brain games for your students, like crossword, like word scrambles, handman, and so on. So different, really, here. So, and your adult students can do that as a part of homework. It's much better. And if you have young learners, probably it's a very good idea to add some element of competition, who will do that the first, and use it in class. So link for Quizlet. So there are no link. Okay, one moment. It's very easy. One moment. It is Quizlet.com. So sorry, I will add links a bit. Quizlet.com. Okay, dear teachers, which websites do you use for creating online exercises? Because I've shared only 2 with you. Probably you have something else. Did you mention Kahoot? Some of my colleagues shared this information with me today, but I have never heard about it so far. Yeah, Lia, I heard of it, but probably I didn't use it before. Something very, very familiar. Yeah, good collection. Thank you, Mikhail. ESL discussion. Yeah, ESL discussion, great for speaking different topics there. Yeah, thank you, Anna. Discover Education. Puzzle Maker. Thank you for sharing this information. Yeah, Epson Macmillan websites. Thank you, Evelina. Wordclouds.com. Thank you. So, what about SlideShare? Could be used for homework. Why not? In SlideShare, you put presentation. Probably it can be to give some information, I mean some theory to your students. Why not? I usually use Google, maybe more Google Docs, to give them list of words or some more information, but SlideShare can be used as well. Yes, it's really convenient to use, to put presentation there. Okay, dear participants, thank you. This is everything for today, and now I'm ready to answer your questions or comments which you might have. It's possible to get a certificate of participants of your webinar. I'm not sure, and I think we need to ask our moderator, Anna, can we get certificate of... I'm not sure, of course. Probably, I'm afraid not. Anna Popova asked me if I took a CP exam. Yes, Anna, I took a CP exam, but this is not a topic of our lesson. My grade was not so high, unfortunately, because reading is a weak point for me. But anyway, I did it, and I'm proud. So, Yulia asked, so many internet tools. Are all of these materials compatible on the level? Even different lines, of course, book differ on the level. Yulia, as I told you at the beginning, these online tools, they are universal, but the difference will be in content which you use. For example, we can have again Quizlet, put more difficult words. If it is beginners, even you can use translation if you want. Even share information. Beginners can share some information, and upper intermediate students as well. For voice recording, it's possible to use it from maybe pre-intermediate level. Text to audio, maybe from probably pre-intermediate. Fun with grammar. There are different levels at this website, from beginners to advanced level. So, and again about speech bubbles. So I think they are suitable for different learners. Okay. Any more questions? Anna's, the webinar is incredibly useful. Is it possible to attend your webinars from the tablet, Android based? Thank you, Anna, for a very good comment. I'm not sure, frankly speaking. We can ask our moderator. Anna, can you tell us if it's possible to attend our webinar from the tablet? So I hope our moderator can answer the questions. Okay, thank you. So let me have a look at our chat box. Unfortunately, it's jumping, and if I miss one of the questions, I'm so sorry, I can't read it even. Are there any link to IELTS or TOEFL online learning? So where is the question again? I think there are a lot, but today my aim was to share some tools with you, some application more than maybe websites. If you Google it, I'm sure you find a lot of IELTS and TOEFL. It's not a problem at all. Okay, sorry, teachers, can you please write a question in the section вопрос? I really can't read them. Our moderator says that she thinks you can use tablet. Many useful things. Thank you for interesting information. Thank you. Yes, it's possible. You will get recording and our presentation within 1 or 2 days. A lot of interesting stories. Okay, thank you, Dinara, for sharing deep English. I will have a look after that. So somebody's using tablet right now. Okay. Sorry if I missed any of the questions, because as I already told you, it's very difficult to read them in our chat box. And I see a lot of really useful links. How can a teacher improve skills? English and teaching, maybe some courses. Okay, first of all, how to improve skills, maybe, I mean, teaching skills. It can be reading of some course books, I mean, on methodology. We have emails from our school where I share a lot of interesting links. Secondly, you can of course take some distant courses like FutureLearn, or you can prepare for TKT exam, for CELTA certificate. As for language level, I think it's a good idea to, first of all, if you have opportunity to have lessons with a native speaker. If not, you can probably attend speaking clubs. There are a lot of them you can find online, maybe not only in your city. So thank you, Anna. Thank you. Excellent talk. I doubt that because I'm not very good speaker and I'm usually so nervous, so I'm so sorry if I made any mistakes or slips of the tongue. Yes, thank you, Alisa. Coursera, FutureLearn, a lot of courses there. Thank you. Thank you, dear participants. I have one more question here. How long, Yulia asks, how long did it take to learn and sort all the sites out? Yulia, it's difficult to say. You don't have to sort it out at the same time. You can use one task at a time. For example, first week you can try this one, second week you can try this one. It takes much time, but your teaching will be more effective, your lessons will be more engaging. If we can learn something new, why not to learn? Really? Okay, one more question. Mikhail asks, what can we use for business vocabulary? So, Mikhail, I think the same tasks, the same tools, but put their business vocabulary. Like Quizlet, Profs, if you want to do that, or you can simply have a book, business vocabulary, and do some exercises, I mean, make them online. What online whiteboards can you recommend? Ekaterina asks. Ekaterina, I like very much I I use it. I always use it. I drew, and let me think one more. Saw a lot of them, and Twiddler. I like it, but I think Twiddler can be partially, so you should pay for that. But I drew. It's one of my favorites. It's really simple, and you can have up to 10 lessons there. I mean, up to 10 these online boards. Okay, they seem so useful. Okay. Anything else? Thank you, Ekaterina. So I'm glad that this webinar was useful for you. Thank you. Thank you for you were very active today. Shared your comments, share your tips, advice. Thank everyone. I'm looking forward to see you again in July. It's more difficult to explain something to... Sorry? It's more difficult... Christina, can you put your question, please, on the section questions, because for me it's impossible to read. Thank you, Victoria. Yeah, we try to be useful for our teachers. So thank you and good luck to you. One more question I have. When the next webinar? Anna, can you tell me about the date of the next webinar? It will be in July, maybe middle of July. I'm not sure. Just wait a second. Our moderator will put information in the chat. What can you recommend for young learners, for kids? Oh, Ekaterina, it's a bit difficult question for me right now, because I used to work with teenagers, with young learners, but not anymore. But still, you can use some of the Bubble, and I remember some of the nice sites. I can give you a link. I finish webinar, and in this chat I will send you a couple of links for teenagers, for young learners, because I need to open file, okay, because I can't remember all of them. So once I finish speaking, I will give you some links in this chat, like don't go, okay? So thank you everyone. So something with listening skills, very useful. So as for date of next, one moment, let me check then. It will be on the 22nd of July. Our next webinar on the 22nd of July. Anna written on the photo on the 20th. Sorry then. She has correct information. So, Christina, for me it's very difficult. What about you? So, Alia can't understand what difficult. Learn English Kid, British Council. Yes, not bad. Some links with the training of speaking skills. Okay, Nina, as for speaking skills, links could be only to some questions, to some materials like ASL discussions, only like that, and teachers have to invent. You can use also the tools which I recommended you, like Flickr for picture-based discussion, like Vikaru for speaking, and maybe it's possible to use some books for speaking. There are a lot of them, A to Z discussions, and so on. I mean, teaching online is rather difficult than face-to-face teaching. Alia, what's what you mean? I can't say that. It's different experience. Maybe it's difficult to do with children, but with teenagers and with adults, no difficulties at all. I'm used to that, and I feel very nice, and I'm perfect with that. Teaching online, it's really convenient. Probably it has its drawbacks, but in general, for me, there are more advantages than disadvantages. So let me check if we have more questions. Taboos and niches, right? Yeah, thank you, Anna. There are a lot of them. I can share if you want some more books for speaking. I can't say that I like most of them. In most cases, I use some vocabulary, and after that, create speaking task myself without books. But still, I can probably share some more books with you. It's A to Z discussion at A to Z. I think it's also good. A to Z discussions, as far as I remember. Probably hot topics, also not bad. Hot topics. Yeah, taboos and issues, right? I like it also. Some of them. Okay, if we have no more question, so I remember about resources for young learners. Yeah, I will try to find some and send that to you right now. So thank you everyone for your attention. I wish you to have a nice day, wonderful lessons, wonderful students. So, and see you next time. Looking forward to meet you again. Thank you and goodbye.